All right, cool. I am recording this, so make sure you're on your best behavior, all right? We're good. Guys, first things first, I'm going to send all this to you. So tomorrow you will receive, or I'm going to send it to, to you, Kim, and then you can provide it to them because I don't have their email addresses. So, but all of this information you're going to receive in a electronic packet. Okay, so you'll receive the video recording as well as the orientation packet that we're about to review. So let's get going. You're going to receive your official reservation code, your reference code. You're going to receive those next week because we're due for ticketing on the 24th. So I'll send those over to you next week. Okay, but this is your current itinerary. Leaving Orlando on June 3rd, 1:15 p.m. So you can make sure you're at the airport at least 2 hours prior to that. That's why I put 11:30 a.m. You're flying with American Airlines. Overnight flight directly to Edinburgh. You will arrive at 7:10 a.m. in the morning in Scotland. Coming back home, you're going to be leaving Edinburgh at 10:10 a.m. and arriving back in Orlando at 7 p.m. All right, guys, that's coming back on June the 11th. Tell me.
I'm sorry, this flight, it's direct, it's not going through any other city.
According to this breakdown, it's direct, but I'm going to double check for you.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Edinburgh should be 5 hours ahead of you guys because they're 6 hours from Central, so you guys are on Eastern, so they should be 5 hours ahead of you guys. Anyway, you're going to arrive in the morning and you're going to be confused. It's going to be light outside. There's going to be people speaking in a strange accent. Cars are going to be driving on the opposite side of the road. You're going to be like, where am I? But don't worry. We're going to keep you caffeinated and entertained throughout the day so that way you can have the best night's rest ever. We're not going to let you sleep that first day because we want to get you on European time, which means that we just got to keep pushing through the first day until that night, all right? You guys will be in a little bit, I like to call it zombie mode. You'll be a little bit confused the entire day, but we'll survive it. Okay, we'll have a lot of fun. Anyway, let's move on. Guys, very important question. To check a bag or not check a bag? In my opinion, for this length of trip, I highly suggest that you carry your luggage on the plane with you, okay? Especially if you're bringing valuable equipment like cameras, etc. Like I know a lot of you are. I would carry on. Sometimes I travel for 6 weeks at a time, only in my carry-on luggage, okay? If you pack smart, you can definitely do it. Don't bring unnecessary things you carry on the plane. The reason I suggest this, and it's only a suggestion, is because I want you to arrive in Scotland with your luggage. Okay, I want you to arrive with your bag, with your clothes, so that way there's no delay to your trip, and you can ensure that it actually does arrive with you. Okay. Only.
But Chris, can I jump in?
Yeah.
For a good portion of this group, that is impossible because our camera bags alone are our carry-on.
Gotcha.
And we won't check that because we have a lot of money in our camera bag.
Of course.
So this group is going to have, luggage.
That's fine. That's fine. So we can skip over that. Long story short, guys, basically I was saying that's a suggestion, but if it's impossible, not a problem. We're going to be waiting for you outside of the airport, regardless for how long it takes your bag to arrive. In the case that your luggage doesn't arrive or it is delayed, we'll take you to Primark. It's a very affordable, cheap store. You can buy some new clothes. All right? So,
all right.
Yeah, but I'm sure everything will arrive on time. Don't worry. But yeah, so anyway, we'll move on past packing and all that. Guys, if you are bringing liquids on the plane, as many of you know, they do need to be in the 3-ounce bottles, quart-sized bag. Normally you can fit about 6 of those bottles within that quart-sized bag, okay? Medications, guys, if you're bringing medications on the plane, they need to be in their original bottles with your name on it, all right? Here's a couple suggestions of bags I recommend. But again, if you're checking on your bag, feel free to do that. Just remember that if you do have a rolling suitcase, we are going to be in a lot of cities with cobblestone. Okay, cobblestone and rolling suitcases can be a nightmare. So just keep that in mind. Additionally, guys, Not all of the places, especially across Europe, in the UK and Britain, their elevators, escalators, are not always guaranteed. There will be the majority of the time stairs. Okay, so keep that in mind when you decide what type of bag you're going to bring with you. Okay, if you don't mind creating a suitcase up the stairs, that's fine. If you're capable of taking a backpacking bag or a duffel bag, I suggest that. Um, but or a carry-on suitcase. But guys, remember, like if you're bringing like a 6 month one of those huge massive suitcases for this trip, you probably have overpacked. Okay, so I want you guys to try to pack as light as possible, and you'll be thankful for that. We're going to be using public transportation throughout the trip, as well as our own private transportation. But public transportation, and also in Europe, a lot of times limited space. Okay, so you don't want to have a massive bag with too many things that you need. I recommend that you check the average weather temperatures, etc. In Scotland, the different areas that we're going to be going to determine what is appropriate. Long story short, lots of layers. Okay, this trip is definitely about bringing layers of clothing with you. You can shed it if it's hot. You can put it on if it's cold. It will get chilly, especially when we're in the Highlands. You definitely need a some type of jacket, preferably a shell that's water resistant. You can't have one. That's definitely the best, and especially in the evenings as well. You need something like a light to medium jacket for sure. Okay, so layers, guys. I want you to think layers when you're packing clothes. Guys, here's a sample packing list. This is entirely only a sample. You don't have to tick each one of these off. It's just to give you an idea of what I would recommend to bring with you. So adequate clothing for 8 days of travel. Make sure you bring a coat or jacket, preferably water resistant. Guys, you should bring a day pack with you, a smaller backpack or something like that that you can carry, and you can leave your main luggage back either on the bus or back in our place of accommodation. Okay. That way you have a bag with you during the day. You can have your water, your cameras, whatever else you have with you, you can have there in your day pack. All right. I'm going to go, a couple of things are self-explanatory. I'm going to cover some of the ones that flip-flops for showering. Guys, some of the places we're staying have communal showers. They're cleaned daily, multiple times each day. But my number one rule is if it's not my shower, I'm wearing flip-flops. I suggest you do the same. You guys are going to need durable, multi-purpose shoes. We're going to be walking a lot. Around the world, the majority of people, they walk a lot. On average, we're walking anywhere between 6 to 10 miles per day. This isn't a death march, but we are going to be on the move, going around the cities. So you need to make sure that you have comfortable shoes. Make sure that they're well broken in. Please do not bring brand new walking shoes with you and that have never been used before, because you will get blisters, okay? So make sure you bring comfortable shoes that are well broken in, that are durable, that that can withstand the different weather elements that we're going to be experiencing. Okay, so it's going to be wet. That's why it's so beautiful and green. There's a lot of it's going to be beautiful and sunny, but there might be a sudden shower that lasts for 30 seconds. So you don't want open shoes that will fill up with water. Okay, keep that in mind when you're deciding what shoes to bring with you. All right. Quick dry shower towel. Not all of the places we're staying provide towels, which means that you need to have one for you need to have your own towel also. I recommend you bring a quick dry towel or a thin towel, because this is going to allow it to dry quicker, meaning that it won't retain water and you will not have that mildew, wet dog smell towel halfway through the trip. All right. So instead of bringing a big thick towel, bring a thin towel or a quick dry towel. You'll be thankful. Bring a reusable water bottle. Let's help save the planet. Let's try to prevent using plastic. Let's bring a Nalgene bottle or a metal like canteen type of bottle. Bring a water bottle that you can fill up with the local tap water. The local tap water is potable. It's clean. There's no reason to waste money on plastic bottled water. All right. So bring a reusable water bottle as well. Combo lock or padlock. This is going to be used whenever we're staying. Whenever we're staying in the hostels, you will have your own locker to keep your bag in. So bring a combo lock or a padlock. Combo lock, remember the combination. Padlock, make sure to remember the key. Obviously, you want to bring a camera. I'm pretty sure that's a main component of your course. Wet wipes, hand sanitizer, guys. This stuff is just if you need a quick little cleanup. If there's some delicious street food you want to take advantage of, it's always a good idea to travel with some wet wipes, hand sanitizer. You get off the plane, you feel gross, take a little wet wipe bath. All right, guys. A couple gallon Ziploc baggies. The reason I recommend this, and you can reuse these for all your future travel as well. You want to put your electronics, etc., these kind of things inside of those. So if there is a sudden downpour, your day pack gets soaked through. Not to worry. You have your valuables, your passport, whatever you have on you, inside of those gallon Ziploc baggies. They'll stay dry even if your bag is totally soaking wet. All right. Always good to travel with those. If you do, please bring a black and white copy of your passport. Just a photocopy, scan copy, whatever you have. That way, in the case that you do lose your passport, we can help expedite the process. Go to the embassy, get a new passport issued for you, and hopefully you can join the group back home. If not, Scotland's not a bad place to spend a little bit more time in. So yeah, we'll try to get you on the next flight possible. Guys, school ID, that goes if you're a professor and educator as well. There's always lots of additional discounts you can take advantage of if you are a student. Please bring your student ID with you or bring a photocopy of it, all right? Most importantly, guys, especially since we're going to be dealing with chargers and electronics, in the UK, in Europe, they use different voltage. They use anywhere between 210 and 240, okay? So you need to make sure that whatever you're bringing over to Scotland, that one, it can either handle that amount, or two, you have a adapter converter, all right? Now, the electrical socket's different. You're going to need to have one of these adapters, okay? This one on the top is just a simple adapter. These go for like a couple dollars. You can buy these at many electronic stores. You can definitely order it online at Amazon, okay? These go for a couple bucks. This will allow you to plug your device into the wall. However, this is not going to convert the electricity, okay? So if you plug that into the wall and your electronic device that you plug into the wall doesn't have a built-in converter, you're going to have an expensive fireworks show, okay? You're probably going to knock out the power in the building, and then I'm going to get yelled at by the manager. So let's make sure we avoid that. Double check your electronics before you go over. It will say on the charger that you plug in the wall, it should say on the charger that it can handle between 100 and 240. If it says that, most modern electronics have this already built in. If it says that, then you're good to go. If it doesn't say that, then you need to get a converter and be safe. This right here, this is kind of the best buy in my opinion. This is a international travel converter adapter. It has all the regions of the world. These go anywhere between $10 and $15. It provides you all the regions of the world, and it's a converter. And a lot of them, they also come with additional USB plugs on them as well. So you can charge your camera, you can charge your phone, you can charge multiple things at one time, okay? Again, these go for like 10 or 15 bucks. So I would look into getting one of these because our number one wish for you is that you continue to travel the world and you have an amazing experience. So might as well buy this one so you can go global, all right? Travel checklist, guys, very important. Make sure you do all of this. Passport. If you don't have a passport, take care of it ASAP. It normally takes about 4 weeks to process, okay? Guys, you need to notify your bank that you're going to be out of the country, more specifically that you're going to be in Scotland during the dates of travel. This is so they will not block your card because they might think that there's fraud happening on your card. Most of the time, if you don't notify your bank, they won't even allow you to make that initial transaction. So notify your bank, let them know you're going to be in Scotland, let them know the dates that you're going to be in Scotland, and make sure that they confirm with you that they've put a note on your account and that you're good to go and that they leave it open, okay? Worst case scenario, I'll lend you like 20 pounds or something, and then you can pay me back. And we have a phone, we can call your bank and things like that, but let's just try to avoid that situation all around, okay? Guys, you need to arrange transportation to and from the airport of your day of departure, all right? Make sure you have a ride, build in some cushion. That way, if anything pops up, car problems, traffic, etc., make sure you have plenty of cushion built in so you can get to the airport, you can be relaxed, and you can just chill out there, and you don't have to worry about stressing about you're missing this flight. It's definitely not a good feeling. We don't want to start the trip off that way, all right? Debit card, backup credit card. Question, should I bring a bunch of U.S. cash with me and convert it to pounds when I get there? My answer is absolutely not. Okay, for two reasons. One, you're going to get a bad exchange rate. Okay, the exchange rate right now is in our favor. It's never been so close. Let's take advantage of that, and let's not lose that by converting money over there. Okay. Secondly, it's not good practice to travel with a large amount of cash. You might lose it. You might get pickpocketed, and then all of your spending money, all your travel money, the money for your additional meals is gone. Right. So what I suggest you do instead is bring a debit card with you. And the first stop we're going to make when you get out of the airport is we're going to the local ATM. We're going to make sure you have local currency on you right away. Okay. Normally, local ATMs will charge you about $5 per transaction, but it's good because you can get money out in increments. You can say, okay, how much money do we need for the next 4 days? We can give you a budget. You can get that out, and then you can go do it again 4 days later. And guess what? You've only spent $10. You got the actual international exchange rate, and you didn't put yourself at risk of traveling with a large sum of money. Okay, in my opinion, it's definitely the best way to do it. You get local currency directly out of the ATMs. Okay, if you do come with a bunch of U.S. cash, of course we're going to take you to get it exchanged, but just remember that you're not getting the best deal, and you're definitely losing more money than using a local ATM. Backup credit card is a good idea as well. Just in case there's problems with your debit card, make sure you check the international rates. The card I use, they don't charge international fees. That's the United Mileage Plus one, but it's entirely it's different depending on your company. So double check that, see what they charge, so that way you don't have any surprises. Okay. Guys, we recommend to bring $300 to $500 to cover additional meals, souvenirs, and spending. If that seems like a lot, don't worry. That's because we put in a lot of cushion here. Okay, that's that budget there has a lot of cushion in it. You can definitely do it for much cheaper than that. To give you an idea of average meal cost, just estimate that average meals are going to run around 10 pounds. Okay, you can eat in pubs and things like that for around 10 pounds, 10 quid. If you want to go for a little bit nicer restaurant, it's going to go between 10 and 20. If you're okay with eating like street food, like fish and chips or kebabs and things like this, those are going to go for about 5 pounds, things like this. Okay, so that can help give you an idea of how to budget your money. If you are on a limited budget, let your professors know, let Kim know, Director Simpson, let them know, so that way they can notify me and I can help you plan a budget and I can help you strategize to plan a budget that will work within your budget. Okay, I'll show you how to eat on the cheap, but also quality, and how to make sure that you stay within your personal budget. I'm here to help you do that. Okay. Guys, if there are trip materials in regards to the courses that you're taking, make sure you bring them. We want to make sure that you pass the class that you're taking on your trip. Airline regulations, your baggage, make sure that you're within those airline regulations. Double check. They're constantly changing the weights of your bags, what you can bring over. So get on American Airlines, see what it is, see if anything's changed. Pack light, guys. You'll definitely thank us at the end if you pack light. Keep it. Bring everything you need, but don't overpack, okay? Keep it simple. You want to provide your loved ones with the contact information listed below. We're going to go over that in a second. And very important question, guys. International calling plans, yes or no, okay? My answer is no. We're going to have Wi-Fi everywhere we are. Most places have Wi-Fi now, cafes, restaurants, etc. They all have Wi-Fi. Our places of accommodation have Wi-Fi. Let's utilize the technology that we have available to us. Let's take advantage of these free applications like WhatsApp, Skype, FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, etc. Let's use all these, and let's call for free. Okay. If you want to get a texting plan, an international texting plan, I've heard that those are a little bit more affordable. But from past travelers, feedback I've gotten is that the international calling plans are quite expensive. So that's up to you, entirely up to you. Personally, myself, I do two things. I either rely on the Wi-Fi and the free applications I just told you, or I purchase a local SIM card from Scotland. I pay like $20 to get like 3 GB of data, and then I use all those free applications I just mentioned again. Okay, so that's what I suggest you do as well. But however, this is your choice. But one thing I definitely suggest you do is if you went upon arrival, make sure that all of your roaming is turned off. That's your call roaming, that's your data roaming, that's your text roaming. Make sure that all of those are switched off. If you don't know how to switch those off, put your phone on airplane mode. Just use the Wi-Fi. If you're still worried about that, take out your SIM card, okay? And just use the Wi-Fi. These are 3 things. I don't want you to come home to a big bill, right, that could have covered the airfare costs to go to Scotland. I don't want you to come home to a bill like that because you weren't aware that your data roaming was on or your call roaming, etc. Okay? So double check all that stuff, guys, because this does happen. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to patronize anyone or anything like that. If you guys are well-seasoned travelers, of course you know all this. This is for like first-time international travelers who have never had to experience this. I don't want you to have that experience. So definitely check that out prior to your arrival. Okay, guys. These are the places where we're going to be staying during our trip. You can get online, read the reviews. They're all great. They're well researched. They're clean. They're safe. I'm personally going to all of these a week before you guys get there, or 2 weeks before you get there, to make sure everything's spot on. Okay. Edinburgh Capital Hotel, Aberdeen SYHA Hostel, One Loch Ness Hostel, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous place. And Morag's Lodge, one of my personal favorites, right on Loch Ness. So, guys, these are the places that we're staying. And then the last night, we're back in Edinburgh Capital Hotel for the last night as well. So it's a mixture between hotel, hostel. Now, for you guys who've never stayed in hostels before, don't let that word scare you. There have been ridiculous movies that have been made about hostels and things like this. It's complete rubbish, okay? These places, in my opinion, are the places where young travelers and young at heart travelers should be staying, okay? You're going to meet international people from all over the world. You're going to meet other travelers. They're going to share stories with you. You'll never know who you're going to meet. 2 of my former travelers, they met their current spouse staying at the hostel and who they're still together with. They met them on their trip. They were another traveler staying at the hostel. They stayed in touch. They planned their own adventures. They traveled the world, and then they got married. So point is, you never know who you're going to meet in these places. Quick question. What's the difference between a hostel and a hotel? Just in the spelling, okay, the spelling. What difference do we see? Anyone? The S, exactly. The S, guys, stands for social, okay? This is the environment that you're going to have. You're going to have a social international environment. Many times in hotels, the only social interaction you have is with the television in the room or the guy down at the check-in desk, right? We want to give you a different kind of experience, and we're positive that you'll love it. Okay, guys. These are exchange rates as of a couple days ago. Double check to see if these are still accurate. But guys, you couldn't have picked a better time to go to Britain, to go to the UK, to go to Scotland, or Europe for that matter. 0.80. It's never been that close, never. So I mean, so definitely the best time. You're gonna get the best value for your money. It's gonna be a great, great trip, guys. Moving on to the itinerary. Okay, I'm just gonna move one thing because we received confirmation on this today. This is in the afternoon, not the morning. So I'm gonna move that. Everything else is spot on accurate though. Okay, guys. One thing when we're talking about the itinerary. I want you to, this is the itinerary that we're going to experience, okay? But some days we may have to swap the morning castle for the afternoon castle and flip them because due to weather conditions or due to traffic or something like this, okay? So don't freak out if the morning activity happens in the afternoon and the afternoon activity happens in the morning. Go with the flow, okay? Every decision that we make, our team, every decision we make is for the best interest of the group, okay? If there's something that's incredible happening at one of the castles and it's only in the morning, we want to get you there to experience that to add even more value to the trip, okay? So all I'm saying is that this is the tentative itinerary. You will experience everything here. but it may happen a little bit of a different order depending on what happens. And that just goes for travel in general. Always go with the flow, and you won't be disappointed. You'll have a great time. Okay. Um, anyway, overnight flight, Orlando, Edinburgh. We're gonna be there waiting for you at the airport. Please come outside of the airport. Okay, come outside of the exit. That's where we will be waiting. Okay, don't wait by the baggage claim area. Come outside. When you do arrive, we're gonna pick you up. We're gonna do airport transfer. We're gonna get checked in. We're gonna get you fed. We're gonna do an orientation tour around Edinburgh. We're gonna go to the castle. You guys will do a basic tour around the castle, and then you guys will do your work, your photography, your visual arts, your drawing, your painting, whatever you're doing, and then we're gonna get you familiar with Edinburgh. And that evening, we're gonna have our traditional welcome dinner and program orientation. Guys, only one option on the menu. That's haggis. I hope that's okay with you. We don't have any vegetarians, do we?
I think
There is one.
No, guys, I'm just joking. No, they have vegetarian haggis. Don't worry. No, guys, I'm joking. It'll be a wide menu of different options to satisfy all dietary requirements. But you definitely have to try haggis while you're over there. Vegetarian or not, you got to go for it. Next day, guys, we're going to head up Blair Castle. Same thing. So basically, guys, along with your professor chaperones, how we've structured this itinerary is to allow you adequate time to explore the cities that we're visiting, and at the same time to allow you plenty of time at the locations that we're visiting for you to do your artwork, okay? This trip is 100% for you. We're not going to rush you at all, okay? So you guys are going to have however much time you need there to do what you need to do to capture in the right light or whatever those are. If it's raining and pouring, we're going to wait, and then when the sun pops out for 30 seconds, you're going to get out there and do your magic. So all I'm saying is that this isn't going to be a trip where you're rushed, okay? We're here for you to make sure you have it your way, okay? But guys, I'm not going to go like over each castle exactly because you can look this up online. And in addition to that, I don't want to butcher the pronunciation of the castles, okay? Scottish, Gaelic, a lot of the words are challenging, okay? Our local team, our local guides, they'll have the sexiest Scottish accents you can imagine, and that's what I want you to remember, okay? I don't want you to remember my poor attempt at trying to pronounce it properly, okay? But I will tell you this: we're going to be staying in Edinburgh the first night of the trip. We're going to be staying in Aberdeen the 2 second nights of the trip. Drumdragit. I'm going to try to pronounce. Very difficult. Our Scottish guides would be cracking up right now if they heard me say this. It's right off Loch Ness. It's gorgeous. We're completely in the countryside. We're right in the forest as well. We're going to be there for 2 nights. You guys are going to do a bus tour of the Isle of Skye. When you're in the Isle of Skye, you feel like you're on another planet. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. And then we're going to go down to Fort Augustus. That's the town that's right on Loch Ness, and you're going to be there for 1 night, and we can arrange a nice little outing on the lake if you want to go and try and spot Nessie. Okay. Next day, guys, we're gonna have free time around the lake. You can get your photos, artwork done, and then we're gonna do the Jacobite train ride. It's steam train. It's rated as one of the best train rides in the entire planet. It's awesome. We're gonna be doing the evening one, so we'll get the sunset. It'll be absolutely gorgeous. And the good thing about being in Scotland this time of year, guys, as well, is that the sun doesn't get dark until around 11 p.m. Sometimes even later. Sometimes you're like, when does the sun go down? Because we're so far north. So yeah, they'll be really interesting. It'll be beautiful. The next day, guys, Ben Nevis, it's the tallest mountain in the UK. We're gonna go there for some photo stops. You definitely have to stop at Glencoe, Weeping Glencoe. Beautiful. Yeah, we'll do a bit of hiking and stuff like that. So make sure you have some type of, you don't need to bring hiking boots just for that, But guys, there will be plenty of times to get out and trek around and explore. So definitely bring shoes that you don't mind getting wet and muddy, and that can that can handle a little bit of water as well, because I don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. That evening, we'll stop at Stirling. It's just right outside of Edinburgh, and then we'll come back to Edinburgh and we'll have our final farewell dinner and program closing, and then we'll drop you guys off at the airport the next morning, and then and then you'll head back home to Orlando. So, guys, what I would suggest you do is you're gonna have tours at each of these locations that we're visiting, right? But I would suggest that you do a little bit of your own research prior to the trip as well, because it'll bring the trip a little bit more to life for you. You'll appreciate it in a different way if you already know a little bit about the history of the places that you're visiting. And in addition to that, you can impress the other travelers that you're traveling with, and tell them interesting facts about the location. So yeah, guys, what I'd like to do now is open it up for Q&A, any kind of questions you guys have. Now's the time to ask those questions so I can answer them for you. And let's go. First come, first serve. Bring them on.
I've got a question.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. What time in the mornings do they typically head out? Is it up to the program leaders? Does the coordinator or the driver talk like the night before, so everybody we're meeting downstairs or wherever at 8 a.m. after breakfast? How does that work?
Yeah, good question. So what we do every day, guys, is we'll have a pre-trip. We'll have like a breakfast day briefing, and we'll also have like an end of the day briefing to let you know what's happening the next day. Okay. Most there might be an early morning here or there. I'll double check. Nothing too early. I'll double check and confirm with the bus schedule on that. But most days, guys, like you can imagine, breakfast will be at 8, and then we try to hit the road at 9.
Okay.
Is that doable?
Yeah.
We want to seize the day, right? Now, I mean, if you want to get up earlier and capture sunrise and things like that, then absolutely, do it. That's what you're there for.
All right, and I have one other question about our tips suggested to the driver or the coordinator. What do you typically suggest for your program?
Yeah, okay, guys. So we operate, Study Abroad Association, we operate on a no tips, no commission policy, no tips ever, okay? We take good care of our guides and our teams that we don't pass that expense off on our travelers. So you guys should definitely not feel obligated to leave tips to our team, okay? However, if you were extremely impressed with the driver guide, if you're extremely impressed with them or something like that, then absolutely, yeah, you can feel free to give them a tip, okay? But do not whatsoever feel obligated, because they are taken care of very well, and our team, we take care of them as well, right? So our guides, we pay them as well. So don't feel obligated. It's 100% up to you. Just know that they are taken care of, and you don't need to feel that that you need to make up because of lack of pay or something like that. In regards to tipping at like restaurants and things like that, normally about 10%. 20% is definitely they will know you're American if you tip 20%. All right.
One other question: are there any bunk beds, or are we gonna try to stay away from bunk beds for most?
Did you ask if there are any bunk beds?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I'll double check to confirm, but there should not be any bunk beds. But don't hold me to that. I need to double check Aberdeen, YSHA. Okay, I need to double check them. I remember last time I was at Morags that there were no bunk beds at Morags everything was just single beds. But I need to double check. That was my room, okay? In the case that the hotels for sure, there's not bunk beds. So just be questioning the two hostels that we're staying at. But I'll double check. In the case that there are bunk beds, we recommend that the younger travelers go on top and the older travelers go on bottom.
How many people per room?
One.
I need to break this down. Did I send you all of this information, Kim? How many people per room?
Yeah, I sent you the suggested rooming list, by certain,
Yeah. Wait. On the I think the max that you guys have is four people in one room, and that's broken up by, or it might be even triples, three in one room. I have to double check, but it's definitely no more than that. Whatever we agreed on in the beginning, that's the way it is. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have that right in front of me. We've done about 15 of these orientations this week, so I don't have the exact rooming breakdown. But I know that it's definitely not more, when we're in the hostel situation, more than 3 or 4 per room, and that's split by gender.
right, and then we have some couples too.
Yep, those were all of that's been coordinated as it was listed in the breakdown.
Okay, great.
I've got one question.
Yeah.
What do you know about the bugs there in terms of like the midges, weed drips? Is there any suggestions there? Not a problem.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. If we're out in like the woods and stuff like that, it's more like if you're out in the woods or like camping, yeah, the midgies can definitely be annoying, huge nuisance. But we like during the daytime and stuff like that, it won't be an issue. It's mainly around dusk, in the evenings. If you're out kind of in the bush, or if you're out just like camping or things like that, that can be they can be definitely a nuisance. But during the day and where we'll be located and where we'll be staying, you shouldn't have any problems at all.
Awesome.
I have a question. Is dinner the only meal that we're going to be on our own?
You have daily breakfast and welcome and farewell dinner included. So your lunches and the additional dinners are on your own.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there'll be an additional meal that we arrange for you the night of. Wait for it. Oh, sorry, wrong way. The night of. Where's the itinerary? Sorry, I was going the right way. Last page. The night of the 9th. There'll be an additional meal arranged for you at Morag's. They cook really well. We'll be eating there because in Fort Augustus, all of the restaurants will be closed at 9 p.m. when we get back. All right?
Okay.
Any other questions, guys, about anything at all?
Yeah, I have one. So you said you're going to be taking some public transportation. Is that kind of like during the day, or will that be between cities, or?
We'll be using public transportation from like the Edinburgh airport to the city center, and from the city center to the airport.
Okay.
So there are going to be times when we're going to have we're going to be carrying both our luggage and our bags.
Yes.
Okay. That's why you're saying maybe the wheels aren't the best?
Yeah, well, that's why I was saying that, like, rolling bags, especially with cobblestone, can be awful. And especially like rolling bags, if you have like a lot of stairs, which there will be in certain situations, it can just be kind of, having to crate it up all those stairs. I prefer to have a bag on my back, but I know that's not an option for everyone. Some people, they have back problems, or they, and they can't do that. They need to have the rolling bag. That's okay. Just keep in mind that the road surfaces are going to be different, guys.
And we're gonna have like a little mini bus that takes us from city to city, and there's enough room on there for luggage and.
Absolutely, yeah. All the luggage will go underneath. But guys, remember, you are responsible for carrying your bags every moment of the trip, okay? So like when you're moving from hotel to bus, we do not have somebody that's going to be carrying your bags. You're responsible for that. So you need to make sure that you pack accordingly.
No butlers.
The butlers.
I have a question and a comment.
Go for it.
My question is, do a lot of places accept credit cards? Like, we don't have to take out in cash what we're going to be spending the whole trip, right?
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of places will accept credit cards. Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we probably just want to take out like, a couple $100 in pounds
Yeah, exactly.
to begin with. Okay.
Right. Yeah. The only places that really wouldn't take credit card might be like some like street markets, for example, or like things like this, or like but most of like your restaurants and pubs or whatever, they're gonna accept credit card.
Okay, cool. And then my other thing, as far as the bag goes, if anybody else hasn't bought their bag yet, I bought a duffel bag that is a rolling duffel bag, but it also has the arm strap. So whenever you're, stateside or in the airport or whatever, it has the rolling feature. But then it also has the large strap on it that you can carry around whenever you're in the UK. And it was only about $20 on Amazon.
Nice. Can you write the name of that one in the chat section on here if you have that?
Yes.
There you
Yep,
go.
sure can.
So some people might wanna check that out. And guys, like in regards to like luggage and things like that, that price is awesome and it comes directly to your house. Other places you can check, like Ross. Ross always has like $10, $15 like duffel bags and things like that. Cheap luggage you can check out, or TJ Maxx and places like this as well. I assume that they have a Ross in Orlando. I'm not sure.
Christian, I was reminded today, France, you have to pay for public restrooms. Is that the way it is in Scotland?
Yeah, that's a great that's a great question. Yes, many places you'll need to pay like 50 cents, or if you need to use the restroom, you have two options. One, you can walk into the place and just like act like you know act like you run the place and just go directly to the restroom, or you go inside and you buy a coffee and use the restroom, but then you got the same problem because now you have to drink the coffee, so you're gonna have to go again in a little bit. Yes, whenever you have access to a bathroom, use it. Like, what I mean is like, if you've purchased a coffee or something, don't waste that free bathroom. Go for it. Any other questions, guys, about anything?
Are we good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, guys, it's going to be an amazing, amazing trip. If there's any questions in the meantime, please feel free to pass them along. I'm here to answer those for you. And get ready. We're going to have a blast. Guys, double check the weather. Pack for all conditions, okay?
Can I add one thing?
Yes.
Because everybody, I just remembered there were other people online here. For the photographers, one of the things that came in real handy last time were waterproof bags for over your lenses. I've already ordered those. They'll be in before we leave. The other thing, keeping your lenses clean, I've ordered wipes for that too. But those are important for you. We'll have those, the rain bags for the cameras. As far as camera bags go, for anybody that's on, as small as you can get away with, and something that absolutely is waterproof, because we go from mist to downpours. So if you can find a small camera bag, if you only have like a camera and one or two lenses, see if you can find a little bag that will hold some accessories and may have a rain cover to it. Also, you're going to need at least one extra camera battery. You should always have one in the camera and one already charged, ready to go. And you're going to need chargers. You're going to definitely need a charger to charge those up, plus your phone. So the outlet thing is, you have to have that. Is there a power strip with that?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You can plug in. I forgot that. You can put a power outlet into one of those devices anyway. So you get more power there. Right?
You have a converter on Amazon.
On the converter.
It's a power strip with a converter.
Are you kidding? Did you guys hear that? Amazon's got a power converter on a power strip. So there you go. Also, I mean, this is kind of maybe silly, but it was freezing cold on the plane last time. I would suggest some sort of very light, warm blanket. I mean, really light, but will keep you warm. And what was the other thing? Make sure you have extra memory cards for your cameras, at least a couple. As big as you can get. If you need to ask me questions about that later, that's fine. You got plenty of time on that. I guess that's it for me. Good shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm done.
Hey guys. Well, hey, thank you for that. That's perfect.
Christian, you're gonna be there with our group, or you just go up prior to check things out?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there with your group.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna have an awesome time. If you have any questions in the meantime, send them along. And again, I'm gonna send you all this information, so you'll have the recording as well as the orientation packet, and then I'll send you the official flight confirmation code and all that. You'll receive that next week after ticketing. All right.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for allowing me to steal an hour of your time on this Friday evening. Go out there and have fun and enjoy your weekend, and I will be in touch soon.
All right.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
very welcome. I'll see you guys in Scotland.
All right.
Have a great weekend.
All right. Woo, have a good weekend. Bye, guys.